Hello and welcome everyone to the lower bracket of the Galactic Pod Racing Tournament 2023. This is a match between DigitalUnity and zelascelar. One of them is going to go home tonight. I am Jesse, and joining me here tonight is Ep1.
Hello, everyone.
We had a little bit of technical difficulties and other kinds of difficulties, but we seem to have ironed out those problems, and we should be getting started very soon. First track will be on Scrapper's Run.
Yeah, is it just me, or did we not see this track that many times?
Yeah, in a way, it was definitely an unexpected pick. DigitalUnity is very strong on this track. So we will be seeing them get started momentarily as Botto has just done his thing and thrown a bunch of numbers into the chat. Yeah, it's a track DigitalUnity is very strong on. So he's probably the favorite to win this particular track. But who knows, maybe zelascelar has practiced it.
You always have to get past the death wall.
Oh, I thought that was going to be it live, but it looks like this one is actually the real one. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're going now. Okay, we got a sync pause coming in here. Looks like I overdid it a little. Rip. Well, that's fine.
Little bonk by Digital.
Ooh, yeah, another little
Those
bump
are
there.
scary.
Indeed. zelascelar probably has a little bit of a lead based off of those bonks. Oh wow, no, they actually seem to be dead even. Only off by 100th of a second on that lap 1. This tube they're driving through right now is fast terrain, so you want to boost on it as little as possible. I think zelascelar looks like he has maybe better lines than Digital. Ooh, that's unfortunate for Digital.
Ah, classic death.
Yep,
Getting thrown from one side to the other.
indeed. It's a very common thing that can happen all over this game, but especially in these kind of tracks where they're deceptively tricky. So zelascelar has a clear lead now, and he'll be hoping to just bang out a nice, easy ending to the track here and take it. As they're coming around, hard to see zelascelar crashing anymore at this point. As he's on the final straightaway
He takes it.
with a 152, a very, very good time.
It's a new lap record.
Digital crossing with a 157.
And it's time for the band phase.
Indeed. So we often know that that Digital can be a little bit shaky after losing a track he's really confident he can win. So that might happen here. Hopefully he doesn't like full tilt. I want a good match, you know?
Yeah, I want game 9.
Indeed, and it could happen. Alright, so bands will be coming in momentarily. Digital says, give me a second, so I guess perhaps he's thinking about what he's going to ban here. I can't imagine thinking. What you gotta do is you just gotta do something, you know? Trying to win, that's weird. Who does that?
Sometimes just follow your gut feeling. Like you really don't feel that particular track today, then get rid of it now.
Indeed, we had a bit of a problem where Digital forgot what day his match was going to be on, so he's probably a little underprepared, which is unfortunate.
Malastair 100 banned by Digital.
That makes sense. I guess it's a track that's probably pretty tough if you haven't played it a lot. Zelascelar banning Bunta training course.
A popular choice for a ban.
Digital banning Vengeance. And Zelascelar banning Abyss.
Oh no, no Abyss skips this time, but hey Digital, how could you do that to your favorite racer? Taking out Vengeance.
Yeah, it's funny that Digital likes Fud Sang, but does not like Vengeance. Digital temp banning Mars Glow. That could just be a throwaway, or it could be an attempt at something cool. Ooh, and it looks like we might actually
Zelascelar.
get it. No Mars Glow, Zelascalar temp banned Inferno, and Digital picked the Gauntlet with skips. So this is a good pick. I actually think I mentioned this to him as a particularly good pick that he might do. In his match against me, he took me to Gauntlet skips, left Mars available, but took Bullseye for himself. And he said he was
Yeah,
quite comfortable doing Bullseye on the skip.
yeah, maybe
So
we'll
I
see
said, like,
that
you could try to
again.
do the pick banning Mars, and that's what he's done here.
Yeah, the easiest character to do the skip with.
Indeed.
I mean, you could always go for Twain skip, just saying.
Yeah. So, I mean, the fastest pod for Gauntlet skips is Ben, but he's also very difficult to some degree. And so Mars is the one that most people tend to use. We're gonna hope that we get a good race here and we don't just get a lot of deaths on the wall over and over again. Looks like Zelascalar might be considering to pick Ben for this. Digital obviously going for Bullseye. So they're going to get a little bit of time to practice their little skip here. We'll see how Zelascalar does with Ben on this. If Zelascalar nails it with Ben, it should just be a free win because of how much faster Ben is, but like I say, it's going to be more difficult with Ben as well.
Yeah, if he nails it.
Exactly. So you can see Digital can do the skip pretty well with Bullseye, as
Yeah, but if
as
you
he doesn't go far enough and undershoots. Lol. This might be a painful one actually if they're both kind of failing it, but hopefully someone cleans it up so we can get a actual race
yeah,
and not
gauntlet
like a
gives
series of deaths.
this can be quite a spectacle, especially in tournament.
Absolutely. And we're just giving him a little bit more time to warm up here. Yeah, so for those who haven't seen it before, the gauntlet skip is basically driving up this wall that Digital is approaching now, flying over this fence and landing on the bit of track below. Like that. Cutting out most of the track, basically.
But you still get to have fun in the tube.
Indeed, one of the more brutal UVO tubes in the game. Your gravity is cancelled and you will go into rocks if you are not careful. Zelascelar says that he doesn't know the setup for Ben here. And they will be starting momentarily.
That's almost sync.
I think it's like 0.5 for Digital. I'm going to put that in. Yeah. Alright, so already we can see Zelascelar take a little bit of a lead here with Ben's superior boosting power. Is Zelascelar gonna go for Dwayne
What
skip?
are you doing?
Whoa!
Don't pause again.
Yeah, don't pause again, you're gonna get DNF'd if you pause too many times. I don't think Dwayne skip is the play here. Okay. Oh no.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at Gauntlet Skips.
Wow. Okay, Digital might make it this time. Okay, Digital's got it. Oh no, Zelascelar. Oh, I think he's DNFing.
No, that's not what we want to see.
Yeah, Zelascelar is conceding this track. Wow. That's unfortunate. It would be really funny if Digital soft locks and can't get out of it. But it would also mean that poor Zelascelar would probably just concede the next one too. So we'd be stuck here until Digital successfully completes a gauntlet skip. 3-lap with Bullseye.
Imagine doing this wall right. Nothing between you and death. There's only a tiny bit of cardboard.
Oh, and DU gets floored.
Yeah, Zelascelar, he doesn't like skips very much.
Indeed. That was probably part of Digital's play as well. Try and learn
He
some skips and take him there.
he made pick Inferno just so he can do the full track and not have to do the skip.
Mm-hmm. But it looks like Digital just needs to navigate one more gauntlet tube, and he should be home free with a W. Deaths don't really matter when your opponent DNFs, because you can basically do whatever.
With that, we are at 1-1.
Alright, now we'll be seeing zelascelar, what zelascelar has in store.
Oh, that's a Ben ban.
Mm-hmm. We might be seeing some interesting pods coming in from, this next track. Whatever it might be. Digital has temp banned the gauntlet run back. Looks like zelascelar is possibly picking Bunta Classic. Yep. Bunta Classic full track with no Ben. So I believe Bullseye is the play here. I don't imagine either of them will do something crazy like Bulls.
If you're bold enough.
Mars pick would be cool, I think, but probably just going to be a Bullseye mirror.
A really nasty play here is to pick this track but ban Bullseye. So for people that are unfamiliar with using Ben here, it's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm. And zelascelar, forgetting that he's banned Ben. So this is one of the longer tracks in the game, and it's also one of the more difficult tracks in the game. It's got a lot of twisty turns. It's based off of the pod racing scene from the Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace movie.
Is that on our bingo card?
No, I think the Malistaire tracks is on the bingo card in terms of
Yeah, get that one off the list. Malastair tracks are based on real tracks.
It's true. Well, two of them are. I think Doug Derby's original, or was it Sebulba's Legacy? I don't remember. No, Sebulba's Legacy. Whatever. Well, this is Bunta Classics, Tatooine, Desert Planet. Racer goes zoom zoom, and the Anakin Sebulba raced on this track in the movie.
Yeah, if only the other pods would have tried harder, then Anakin could not have created the Empire as Darth Vader.
Both players seem to be doing alright for themselves in the warm-up here. Alright, looks like probably a longer sync pause this time. Oh, what? Oh, I guess we're not starting yet. Yeah, okay, that was fake. Lol. They just they just happened to be restarting at about the same time. I can't believe I got baited like that. And this is real. Alright. Now off they go through the first little shortcut and getting around these little bends here. Both get up onto the ramp with no problems. Zelascelar seem to be just taking a lead already, just off of cleaner racing and tighter lines. Better boost usage as well. Digital taking the more critical path. It's gonna bite him a little bit though as he drops his boost over that slow terrain. The Zelascelar will still have a lead, even if only by a little bit. Ooh, some scary turns.
That survives it.
And
Unless
now
he
they're crossing the stretch where
digital
accelerators will should be.
took Sepulpa with him.
Indeed, I actually wonder what that's about. It might just be about breaking rocks in the ending stretch. The digital catching on fire there is unfortunate. Zelascelar will just... Man, they're actually very equal. But Zelascelar, I think, has a slight lead. As we now merge into the section that is shared with Bunta Training Course in this final stretch. Zelascelar knows the path not to hit any rocks, while Digital hits a couple. And that's going to be about a half second, 0.4 second. Oh, and that's going to give Digital a lead now as Zelascelar takes a
And
death in the shortcut.
I was just
Oh, and a
about to
bad
say,
respawn too. Zelascelar is going to take a huge death there.
oh no, I
And have to
was
back up to
just
drive
about
through
to
it.
say that I like how close they were.
And that's really unfortunate. So Digital now having probably close to an 8-second lead, as that death probably won't, it'll bring things closer together, but man, that is brutal, as Digital, even with that death, still has a clear lead. Zell's death was just that bad.
And not all deaths are as costly.
Indeed. Oh, and with that other death, though, Zelascelar will now take the lead back. Or very nearly, at least. Ooh, actually? Yeah, I think, yep, he's got the lead by about a second and a half, maybe? Both players probably think they're losing at this point.
Yeah, it can be dangerous to think that and then already give up.
Indeed. There? Yeah, Zelascelar has a little bit of a lead, but they're pretty even still. Less than a death apart for each of them, so... anything could happen still at this point, as this track is brutally difficult. We still have one more full lap to go. I think Zelascelar is just using better heat overall, looks cleaner on the track. Yeah, actually about a 3-second lead at this point for Zelascelar. This time, the shortcut is clean. As Zelascelar just looking so practiced here. Oh! That's an unfortunate death for Digital. It's not one I see too commonly, I think, but it can happen.
Yeah, it's in Zelascelar's hands now.
Indeed, if Zelascelar can keep it clean, this should be a W. And he's actually taking it very safe through the hut flats here. Yeah, zelascelar has built up quite a good lead with those deaths from Digital. Should be able to, hopefully, just roll right through the end of the track here, as most of the critical parts of the track are already behind him. Dodging sand crawlers and popping out the other side. zelascelar is speeding towards probably like a 523, 522.
523.
523.
Taking this.
And Digital looks like a 530, 531. And zelascelar remarking good old Beck. As Digital says, Beck stinky. But yeah, with that really bad death for zelascelar, Digital did have a good shot at taking that away, but unfortunately was not able to keep it so clean himself. Brutal track, brutal track.
Oh, this time Digital takes out Aldar Beetle.
It could be a throwaway, or it could be an attempt at using force points to take out other racers and force down to a more difficult racer.
The last girl responding by banning Beetle's track.
That's a good combination. And here comes Death Row's Revenge. We'll see if there are any more forces. Looks like no. Just looks like Death Row's Revenge with Ben Quadnaros. It's an interesting pick because I actually think zelascelar's PB on Death Rows might be faster than Digital's. I know zelascelar is a 207. I don't know if Digital has a 207. He might well have gotten one in practice and not revealed it. I don't think 207 is too hard of a time to get. As they get their warm-ups underway here. Death Rows is a pretty interesting track. It's got some fun little segments in it. It's not always entirely intuitive on how you should use your boost here. There's also a tiny bit of fast terrain early on in the track, which is probably some of the weirdest fast terrain in the game.
Yeah, without deaths, this could be a close one.
Indeed, there's not a ton of chances for somebody to make a major mistake that isn't a death. I guess there's a good chance for bonking in this part zelascelar is warming up in right now, but most likely it'll be a barn burner, a nail biter, edge of your seat. Yeah, both players in this warm-up are looking very solid. Yeah, there's no way Digital doesn't have a 207 with that kind of lap time, right? Ooh, that's a fun death from zelascelar. Yeah, that's sort of places that the upper catwalk there, I suppose, will just clip you will clip into it and just die sometimes.
It's a new lap record!
Yeah, it's a good example of a solid death rows run from Digital. And that'll be basically his entire warm-up. Looks like we're underway now. And Digital dropping down, making sure to use this fast train. It's not that important, but it is something. And we're just dead even at this point. Digital uses a little bit more heat in this section. That should even out pretty quick. Both players throwing a little extra boosting in this kind of turning area. Yeah, pretty much the difference there would only be heat, I assume, because zelascelar saved a lot more of it. And they do seem to have caught back up to each other here. So this is very equal. No one has a clear lead at this point.
Yeah, but half a second can quickly become 1 second. And that's already a lot here.
Indeed. Yeah, a little bit of shakiness from zelascelar there. But they still seem to be about even. Although zelascelar using the boost across the fast train there to try and make up some of that heat loss.
If you can just hold this together.
You should have a slight edge here, I think. Oh no! And the crash
We
from Digital.
inflicted commentator's curse on him.
No! That's very unfortunate. zelascelar taking the out of bounds finish, finishing with a 209.4. And Digital gonna aim for a 214. And that's very good for zelascelar, who now has a 2-point lead in the series.
Very unfortunate for Digital. Let's see how he reacts to this.
Digital is tilted. Digital has temporarily banned Ben Quaderneros. zelascelar temp bans Scrapper's run, trying to stop that run back, I assume. Oh, here's the fun one. Digital popping the Executioner for skips.
And of course, without Ben. If anyone wants to go for full track as a backup.
I don't think there's any shot that zelascelar has really practiced this. We already know that he doesn't do skips that often.
Then why would he do that one of all skips?
Yeah, this is a very interesting skip, which Digital is going to go for, because I know he's been practicing.
Maybe he knows the simple one, not the super fancy one.
Indeed. Executioner skips is an interesting one, though, because if you, like, mess it up. You can in fact go slower than full track pretty easily if you're constantly making the mistake, or just not getting the RNG you need from the jumps. I imagine zelascelar will be going for the legacy skip, where you ride up the wall and fly over the fence, or just doing full track, possibly. So we can see Digital here, lining up into the skip. You have to drive pretty far back in this track, down to this little section here, to load a previous section of the track, and then climb up this wall, land in this little notch that is in the wall, I guess, and then go this way, cross underneath the other track, not like that, but go underneath it, and land on the track below,
I want to
without dying to
see
the out of bounds
if
path.
zelascelar is trying the old skip.
No, doesn't look like he is. Or maybe he is and he just doesn't know how to do it. That actually seems likely. Because he did, like, push himself in that direction. I don't know if this is the play from Digital, though. Like, of all the skips to pick, this is an interesting one, because he's already tilted, and this is kind of a precise trick, so I'm not sure if this is the the play, but we'll see. He's gotten himself in the notch there. Yeah, and he's just not getting the best. Oh, that might work. It does. Okay. That's like the lowest possible height you can get and still make it. So that's what a successful skip looks like from the DigitalUnity. And that's what he'll be trying to do a few times. 3 times, to be specific.
It's a new lap record.
So it looks like Digital might have gotten a handle on it.
Like if he gets it as fast as he did now, then yeah, including all the failed attempts, he still wins that one against a full track run.
Mm-hmm.
If you consider the use of skips to be too close to the dark side of the force, you're going to have a hard time in tournament.
Indeed. It's just, yeah, if you don't practice skips, it can be a free W for your opponent. I hope zelascelar doesn't try to, like, DNF here. I hope he just does full track, because... Yeah, zelascelar's riding up the wrong wall, actually. He needs to be riding up the left wall to get the height. Oh, does zelascelar... Okay, zelascelar might have seen the countdown go in. Okay, here we go. I think this is real. I think this is it. They're already synced up. Nice. Alright, Digital. Climbing the wall. First attempt. Having a little bit of trouble finding the spot, but gets it eventually. Spot is not cooperating. But that's fine. That should be it. And that will be 1 lap down for Digital. zelascelar taking an interesting route. Oh. Oh, I think he's figured out this is the wall, I think. Oh, nope, he's going to the right. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, this doesn't look good for zelascelar.
Yeah, oh. I don't think zelascelar knows the legacy skip either. Digital makes a bit of an error on the skip there, but not anything you can't make up. Especially with zelascelar racing like this, it's hard to believe that even if Digital is beefing the skip a lot, that zelascelar will be able to take it. Digital can cheese it a bit and still win, most likely.
this is not so much like Punta training where it's so easy to fail the skip enough times and be slower than an opponent going full track. If you just get it once, it just saves so much time.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like that's going to be it, as Digital will take it with that. Hopefully he remembers to cross the finish line and not try to do the skip a third or fourth time.
Yeah, just
Doesn't
for
look like
the
we're going to have any trouble.
coolness of it, you know? Doing
Mm-hmm.
it another time.
And he gets a 206.
It's a new.
Yeah. zelascelar, yeah, still climbing the wrong wall.
Forfeit?
Yep, that's a DNF for zelascelar. Well, zelascelar does still have the lead, and it's his pick, so big advantage in terms of the overall match for zelascelar at this point.
Starting with a bullseye ban. This could be interesting. Digital with the Fire Mountain Rally ban.
That makes sense. You don't want to get forced onto no bullseye FMR if you're not prepared for it. We'll see what zelascelar has in store. That might have been actually exactly it, because zelascelar might be trying to go for those more difficult tracks. Oh! Sebulba's Legacy skips! That's a good pick. I approve of that pick.
Yeah, that's the skip of the no skip players, basically.
Yeah, it was considered not a skip for a while.
Yeah, it went back and forth. It was considered a skip when I created the leaderboard on speedrun.com. Then we made it not a skip. Then it changed like another 2 times.
zelascelar are actually a little bit worried that there might be a new Sebulba's Legacy skip too, but I don't think there is.
Have you not seen that task?
Well, yeah, but I mean like a strat somebody could feasibly use.
How do you know that Digital has not actually practiced that?
I- That would be literally so insane.
Take a look around. I got everything you need, huh?
That would be one of the craziest things we've ever seen in tournament if that happened.
Yeah, right, right. If that happened now, cue the summoning salt music. Yeah, that can happen. That you do the skip and immediately die on landing back on the road.
Mhm. So zelascelar coming up on what the Civil Legacy skip is, with this little wall right here, which he kind of messed up, but still. That's the idea, is you ride along that right wall to avoid the big corner, or that tunnel that goes underneath.
If you look for a copy of the game, I think it's actually currently on sale on GOG. And I'm not being paid to say that.
Yeah, it's available on GOG, it's available on Steam as well.
It's a new lap record.
Yeah, this skip only saves a couple seconds. And it was even considered, went back and forth, like we said, as being considered a skip or not being considered a skip. But eventually it was decided that it counts as a skip, so. The skip's definition is kind of convoluted, but the best way to kind of explain what it's going for is it's kind of trying to say that no skips is basically as the developer intended the track to be played optimally, basically.
There's
That's
so
at least
many
what.
routes you can take on that final section, and it was not easy to finally decide which of these were skip and which are intended.
Mhm.
I guess we should have had the developer too in that conversation.
Indeed.
These guys are really good at sync starts.
Indeed. Oh, immediate death. Well, not immediate, but a pretty early death for Digital.
So Nazca a bit sketchy there in that cave section, but makes it.
That's yep, the skip can kill you if you hit that, lip there. Digital also dies on the skip in a
Don't know
very
what that
interesting
was,
way.
but it made it to the other side.
So a very big lead for zelascelar now, as both of Digital's deaths were worse than zelascelar's one. Oh no, another death for Digital. And there's the rage, the anguish, the fury, and the despair.
This can lead to the dark side. Be careful.
zelascelar takes another death on it. So both players probably feel like they're losing by a lot. Digital nails the skip on lap 2.
Yep, that was clean. But
But takes a nasty
Rascalar would
bomb.
have to mess up badly now.
Yeah. One more death isn't enough, I think. He needs probably 2 deaths, which is very unlikely to happen, but could. This cave section is very death prone, but zelascelar makes it through. Just the skip now, pretty much, in terms of places to die. And die he does. Oh, and
That's
gets a
not
bad
a nice
respawn,
death.
too. If Digital nails it, it could be a little close, actually. But still, zelascelar will take it by about 2 seconds.
It's a new lap record.
That's a
Cut
4-2
out any
lead.
one of Digital's deaths, and that was actually a W. So now we are at match point for zelascelar.
Yeah, Digital will have to figure something out here. He needs 3 wins. And you have seen this in so many movies. Now this is the all is lost moment, and the hero turns it around at the last second and saves the
Yeah,
world.
Digital openly wondering why he has to keep playing.
Okay, Digital bans Alt Orbido one more time for emphasis.
Digital does still have 2 force points.
Yeah, he should go crazy with them.
Indeed. zelascelar temp banning Aqualar's Classic, so DU took out Beto. zelascelar took out AQC. We'll see what Digital has in store for us for his last pick. Looks like DU is going for a Zugga Challenge full track. Get your dozer awareness. It's official Dozer Awareness Month.
You better be aware, or the dozer makes you aware.
Yeah, Digital leaving his last force on the table, not using it.
It's just so frustrated, and he really should have used those force points.
Yeah, I was expecting maybe a Zugga Challenge skips or something, but I don't know. It looks like we're just doing full track. Zugga.
Is Digital familiar with the saga skip?
I don't know.
At least the one at the end isn't that complex. Not the same as doing the whole triplex, how do they call it.
It's just like it's been
Triplex.
like a full minute since they picked it, and neither of them are warming up yet. That's funky. Come on, guys. So they've just started to warm up, and Botto is already telling them the countdown will start in 30 seconds. So, that might not have been the play from either of them, but whatever. You know. That's life.
Come on, Digital, we want to see that epic Act 3 battle to conclude this match.
Indeed, that would be so hype. Digital wins this, and he takes zelascelar's next pick. We will be going to race 9, which would be super hype. So, hey, hope for that. But it won't be long before they get started here. And I believe they're off now. Oh, and zelascelar immediately clips a dozer. That's a nasty death.
Not that dozer.
Indeed, no. There are a few dozers on this track. A lot of them will like to kill you, but there is one in particular at the end of the track that really likes to kill you. We'll be seeing that especially on laps 2 and 3. But Digital already with a nice lead. Coming through our little market section here. Keep your heat up. Yeah, it doesn't look like either of them are doing a very good job at keeping their heat up, but, you know, whatever.
zelascelar can't be happy he survived that part.
Yeah, gonna be some underheating here from both of them. But Digital has a nice lead. Oh, and that's a nasty death as well for zelascelar. This is probably Digital's track to lose at this point. There's the dozer I'm talking about. It's not super bad on lap 1, but on laps 2 and 3 it will come to kill you. So we will be seeing that. It's already almost in a dangerous spot for zelascelar. Whoa! I don't know how he gets away with that one. That's surprising. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Well, lives to fight another day. It's still a long race.
Indeed, this is a longer track. For sure, most of the times you'll be seeing will be around 4 minutes 30 seconds on this track. Especially with a couple deaths in there. Digital approaching the market section. A little bit better heat this time. Thought I'd be able to avoid underheating. zelascelar has a good shot at doing it too.
Just avoid that death this time.
Yeah, zelascelar will avoid underheating here as long as he doesn't die. All done. Oh no! Why do I say things?
I should not have mentioned that death.
Yeah, we kind of doubled up on zelascelar.
I will stay quiet for lap 3.
Digital a very solid 127 lap. Oh, and a nasty death for zelascelar. zelascelar's getting the nastiest deaths right now.
Not mentioning that particular one again.
Yeah, Digital just has such a monumental lead at this point, it's going to be hard to see it disappear. That's a death that can happen as well for DU. But just so far ahead.
The rage look pack.
And he doesn't even know that he's that far ahead. For all he knows, he's losing at this point.
Yeah.
So he's getting a bit tilted, but he's just so far ahead that even if he snowballs from here, he should be fine. And the dozer commands Digital's respect. That was a really awkward angle the whole time going through the tread, so I think that was technically the angle with the floor that killed him there, but 434 will be just enough to take out zelascelar on that track. zelascelar respects the dozer a bit more and is rewarded with no death.
Zelascelar saying that machine haunts my dreams.
Alright, now zelascelar will get 2 chances to win off of one of his picks.
Yeah, he still has 4 points.
Yep, still has 2 force points and a run back that he could potentially pop if he wants.
That's a dangerous weapon when you're at match point.
Alright, zelascelar temp banning Ben, and looks like he's looking into using the force points to ban more pods.
Forcing you to use exotic pods.
That may or may not work. Digital probably has more practice with weird pods than anyone. Or almost anyone, and at least
I
in
know
one
how this
game.
is going to get. In the final race 9, Digital will just get a surprise win using Fatsang. He's the protagonist.
We are at this moment waiting for DigitalUnity to temp ban a track. DigitalUnity temp banning Mongaza Speedway. zelascelar stacking up a couple of bans here. Or maybe just one. I don't know if he's going to use it. Looks like he's going to pick Inferno with no bend, no bullseye. I would be a fan of that pick if he sends it. With skips!
What is this?
Whoa, 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 whoa. zelascelar, hello?
What are you doing?
This would be so hype. He hasn't sent it yet. Maybe that's a mistake.
But they never said that Mars is banned. But no Elon Musk, no Bullseye, no Ben, Inferno skips.
I have to wonder if he meant to send skips here.
Okay.
Yeah, indeed, zelascelar made a mistake and didn't mean to make it a skips force.
Oh,
I think
he's
he was trying to figure out how the
he's
forces work, but
unfamiliar
attempt
with
failed.
Bodo. Can we
I'm not sure what to do here, honestly. Never seen this, but
can we undo that?
oh, looks like someone has undone that.
I guess we can. Now it makes more sense. Yeah, then it's just going to be regular Inferno. No Ben, no Elon Musk, no Bullseye.
Mm-hmm. Botto is now having issues. Mongon's a Speedway temp banned twice, Pog.
You banned it out of existence. Good job.
So, just talking about the pick that's gonna end up happening once we figure out the tech. Um, I believe Mars is probably the play. With no Ben, no Bullseye, no Elon, it will most likely be a Mars mirror. I can't imagine. Maybe Bull's Ruhr if you were really, really going for it, but that would be very difficult to use.
Have people used Beto for this before?
I mean, if you're gonna use Beto on Inferno, you might as well use Bulls at that point. They're probably in the same uh area.
I know there are Beto lovers that I could see do that.
Yeah, I feel like Mars is the play here. We're talking about Inferno with no Ben, no Bullseye, no Elon. And we are attempting to fix Botto at the moment. After a little bit of user error, accidentally picked skips when it was not intended.
And Digital probably with the right choice of pod here.
Yeah, I imagine this will be an interesting one. Yeah, as the last one using Mahonic would be interesting. Mars is probably the play here, but honestly, if you wanted to use Mahonic, I would have banned Mars instead of Elon, personally. But We'll see how it goes. Okay, hopefully this ought to do it. Running back
Yeah.
the picks one more time, so hopefully Botto functions.
They are too strong in the force for Bado.
It's a new lap record.
You know, when you watch Mahonic, aren't you worried that that guy is going to fall out of his pod? I hope he has good seat belts.
Okay, now zelascelar just needs to make the pick one more time, and we should be good. And then we still get 2 minutes of warm-up.
Wait, Nivaki? Are you considering Nivaki?
Ooh, that would be a fun one.
Mars would
Also, I think
definitely be a better choice.
zelascelar just sent without doing the other bands, I think, or whatever. I don't think it matters. I think it's just whatever. It should be fine. Just put the bands in later, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, looks like zelascelar switching to Neva instead of Mahonic. Oh, he did the bands? I can't see them from my screen. Alright. So hopefully actually, we get the race in soon. So hopefully this was a nice little break for everybody to kind of clear their heads and get back into the game and not be so tilted. That is kind of an upside to technical difficulties that can happen.
Yeah, I still do not agree with the Nivaki choice here. That's
Yeah,
just
it's
relying on your
probably more
opponents to do
brutal.
mistakes.
It's probably more brutal than Mars or Mahonic even. Neva's acceleration is going to make these really difficult turning sections probably a lot harder. So we should be getting the countdown in about 30 seconds as Botto is declaring.
It's a new lap record.
I don't know. Yeah, it does seem like kind of a shaky pick from zelascelar, but if he loses it, he does still have one more pick that he can use after that. Um, some very interesting warm-ups happening at the moment. We should be going live momentarily. believe this is it.
The race for the match win or race 9.
Mm-hmm. Alright. It's gonna be pretty even through the beginning parts of this track. Actually, a little bit of a lead for zelascelar, that's interesting. But the main difference in how these players race is gonna come in on this section they're entering now, with a lot of really quick turns. Taking the optimal line here and keeping your heat up is incredibly difficult to balance out. And it looks like zelascelar takes it cleaner. And they zoom around. But this section coming up as well is also very crucial, as it allows you to boost for quite a while in a long straightaway. So if your pod is faster, like Mars is faster than Neva, you can take full advantage of that and win back some time. So we'll be seeing them basically even out again, just from how powerful Mars's boost is compared to Neva's. So Digital can afford to be a little bit sloppy on the turning sections if he makes it up with good boosting. That time actually Digital looked pretty good. So Digital might be able to pull ahead on these upcoming straightaways. Digital getting too greedy with the boost and slamming into a wall. That can very much happen on that straightaway. You do not want to
Yeah, now.
get too greedy with your boosting there, or you will get a terrible angle and crash into a wall.
Oh, we'll have to hope for a zelascelar death.
Yes, indeed, anything could still happen. This is one of the most brutal tracks in the game. zelascelar could easily still lose it. But he's navigating it pretty well.
I'm actually surprised how well zelascelar is doing with Neva here, considering that he just changed his mind late in practice.
Mm-hmm. And that should be a W for zelascelar as he whips across the finish line with a 235.9.
Takes the race and the match.
And that'll be a zelascelar win of the overall match, yeah. So the Neva gambit paid off.
Picking safety over speed.
With this win, zelascelar will go forward to face Nacho Brado in the next round of the bracket.
And that's it for Digital, I assume.
Yeah.
After having a very strong run in this tournament.
If Digital does decide to join the interview, we should be getting the saltiest interview ever. And welcome, Digital.
Hi. That was
Now-
miserable.
And welcome, zelascelar. So how you guys doing after that one?
I'd be doing better if I even remembered that this match was happening today and not tomorrow.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm gonna be honest, getting a notification that I'm about to miss my tournament match while I'm in the bathroom, not a good look.
Ooh, that's
Not a good look, not a good feel, not a good vibe, not a good sign.
And still it went all the way to game 8.
This could have been a completely preventable loss if I had just kept track of my schedule better, Chief.
Well, you know, sometimes that happens.
Yep, happened me several times last tournament. Not the
Yeah.
bathroom part, but.
Just
Yeah,
quick take back everything I ever said. Claim that DU's villain arc was a social experiment, and say that it was never intended to do anything to anybody's mental state.
What?
None of the trash talk was real. It was a bit.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no.
I knew I would go out in Game 3 all along. It's just testing you guys.
Yeah, of course. Now you do a heel face turn, right?
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, no, I was never bad to begin with.
That's not how it works.
It's how it works if you claim it was a social experiment. Haven't you learned anything from YouTubers?
Well, bombing out of tournament prank gone wrong.
Oh, boy.
And hey, you went straight from bathroom to a fire free. That's not too bad.
Wait, winning with a skip, zelascelar. That's
Wait,
not
did I?
something I expected.
That was Sebulba's legacy.
Yeah, you did skips on Sebulba's Legacy, and the only reason I lost is because I hate Sebulba's Legacy, and I never want to play it again in my entire life.
And
The
you
only
Worst
reason
track,
you lost
hands
because
down.
you're better at me than...
But I called it the skip of the no skips players.
Do you really want to give me? I mean, do you really want me to give me the victory on that one on the skips? I failed every single attempt.
Yeah, how do you
Maybe
think I feel? I died in stupid places that weren't even the skip.
Oh, yeah, it's a treachery track.
Yeah, definitely
I
not
hate
hard.
High Traction. I hate Sebulba's Legacy. I hate this match. This was bad.
It was pretty entertaining, actually.
No part
I
of
can-
this felt good.
You got to see excess skips. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you won on exit skips. That's hype.
Oh, cool. We got to see a skip that I absolutely abhor.
Then why did you pick it?
Because I knew I could win on it. Just because I hate it doesn't mean I'm not confident.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
You gotta have some favorites, and then you can practice on the ones you hate.
I did have favorites. I practiced my favorites, and then I just completely missed the mark because I wasn't ready for today.
Yeah,
I
as
wasn't
Gale was
ready for
saying
it to
in,
be today.
as Gale was saying in Twitch chat, do you even know he got tourney record by 30 seconds?
On what track?
Gonna assume that's exit skips, probably.
Who cares, man?
I mean, you got a tourney record. That's pretty sweet. If I can
I
talk.
messed up gauntlet skips with a character who's supposed to make it free. I messed up, like, the Executioner skips launch was trash on one of those laps. Like, lap 2 was bad. Sebulba's Legacy, don't even talk to me.
I mean, you still won 2 of those, though.
And the only reason I lost on, like, Death Rows was because I died a single time. And the same goes for Zugga, I think. Wait, did I win Zugga?
Yeah.
Did I win Zugga?
I'm pretty sure you did.
You most definitely did. And I
Yeah,
need
you
to
did,
solve a mystery here. Why on earth did I explode
There's a
mid-air?
ceiling. There's a
There's a
ceiling.
ceiling there.
Yeah, you hit the invisible ceiling.
Yeah,
Okay.
that exists. That's
That's a new
that's
one
one of the worst
Yeah,
parts of Zugga, hands down.
I don't know if you did, but you're not supposed to nose up there.
I died to that without nosing up. Don't worry about it, Zell. That ceiling is stupid.
Yeah, it
Everything
depends
about
on
it
like
is
the
awful.
traction and stuff, how much height you get.
I have always went up, nose up there. And just
Mhm.
this time you just didn't. So
I'd say I'd see you all in the next tourney, but I think instead I'm just going to retreat to a cave every time this season comes around going forward.
There's only one thing that disappointed me in you. How could you betray your boy Fatsang by taking out his track?
Because I hate vengeance.
You have to practice it for your
Why would I
favorite.
practice vengeance? It's garbage.
because Food Sag is your boy.
Yeah, I save him from vengeance so he never has to go back.
Just gonna say that right in front of me. Okay. Gonna be some fighting.
Ronnie,
Prison
you
Break.
got the worst taste in tracks. Not even sorry.
Vengeance is fun.
What really stings me is that all of those I could have won if I played safer.
Well, I mean, that's the game. It's how much risk you want to take and how much can you back up the risks that you take with skill.
In the end, zelascelar took Inferno by picking the safe pod that is slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
zelascelar would have won that no matter what, because I picked Mars and I didn't have the ability to, like, boost confidently. I played safe with a pod that's supposed to be played risky. And I still died!
He's way too wide.
Well, you got the W's on Gauntlet skips, Executioner skips, and Zugga Challenge. That's good.
I will have a chip on my shoulder about Zugga Challenge for the rest of my life because I always died at dumb stuff there. I hate it.
I mean, it's a track that kills people. It's what it does.
Yeah, but it doesn't kill me when I practice. Not in the ways that it kills me during matches.
Well, that's the nerves coming in again, you know? That's just,
But it didn't die on the other doser.
That's why I do minimal warm-up. I feel that if I warm up before tournament race, I mess up more. Like, I nail it on the warm-up, and then I fail on the actual race. No?
Yeah, like, let's talk real quick. If I had been able to submit the Death Rose run that I finished just before the countdown ran, I would have won. I was a 209 dot something or other. I don't remember. Like, that was... Why did I do that?
You were probably 2 deaths away from victory here.
But
I couldn't
had
break
a
serve to
209
save myself because
Death
I've been
Rose.
behind the 8 ball since I woke up this morning. Oh boy.
I had what on different?
209.
Yeah, and I once I managed to squeeze below 08. But not in tournament.
I can usually get 209s, 208s consistently on Death Rose, and I just died to something stupid that I don't even remember what it was because it didn't register in my brain as something valid and worthy of memory.
You need to think of it like a practice and not a tournament round. Kind of, sort of. Maybe not.
Well, good luck in your next match, zelascelar. Give him hell.
If I survive this heat wave, then yeah.
You're gonna survive, Zell. You're the best player in lower bracket. I don't know how to tell you this, but your lack of confidence is completely unfounded.
It's okay.
Honestly, everyone that's left has a really good shot. It's going to be exciting these last few matches. We've got one of them, in fact, happening later tonight, which will be in just a couple of hours, in fact. Lightning Pirate versus Paige.
Oh, if I can stay up, I'm going to watch that.
Here's where my brain was today about this happening. Not only did I completely forget that I had this match today, I was going to edit videos because I thought I had a completely free day.
Womp, womp, womp.
I was planning to do something completely different and relaxed. And then I had to do this. Give me a casual rematch sometime, I'll beat you.
Yeah.
100% guaranteed. If I know it's coming, I'll win.
If this was a performance catched off guard, then I don't want to meet you when you're prepared.
You are in this tournament on borrowed time. Make the best use of it you can, Zell.
I will.
I don't say that to be overconfident. I say that as you were absolutely blessed that I forgot this was happening today. You deserve this because you are objectively just a better player and person. Don't disappoint me.
Okay. You assume too much, no?
Do not disappoint me, Zell.
All right.
Well, in your next match, you will be facing Nacho Brado in the loser semis.
All right, I'm gonna add an addendum to do not disappoint me. If you can at least go 5-4, I'll accept it.
I'll try. I have to get some rubber cover for my control then. It's not looking nice
Just
right
wear
now.
some neoprene gloves, it'll be fine.
Ooh.
All right, so we're gonna try and wrap up now. I'm gonna go ahead and rattle off what matches are happening today because we got a bunch of matches happening today. In fact,
What
kind of-
happened that Tuesday is popping off?
kind of in a row here. So at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or Daylight Time, I think is right now actually. We'll be going to SpeedGaming 2 for Paige versus Lightning Pirate in the lower bracket winners
Oh boy,
finals.
2 people who hate me.
And then we've got just 2 hours after that on the same channel, probably right after, Metallica versus King Bean Dip. That's an upper bracket match. That will be an elimination match as well. It's in the losers part of that upper bracket. Kind of confusing. We have an upper bracket and a lower bracket, and there's a winners and the losers in those brackets. And then just 3 hours after that. Oh, actually, no, wait. I misread that. That's PM, not AM. I don't know what I'm talking about. So that's it. Those are our 2 matches for today that are happening. So check that out. Speed Gaming 2 at 6 o'clock Eastern Time and 8 o'clock, or not 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Speed Gaming 2.
Is that what happened?
Watch the matches.
Was I planning to postpone this match and just never reached out about it?
Thanks
Oh,
for commentating,
no.
guys.
Yeah, and thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting. And thank you
I was
to
living
YouTube
in
for
my
racing.
brain. Keep your goggles on and your engines tuned, everybody.
All right.
This will be the last time you see me on this end of things.
Take care, everyone. There's also multiplayer.
GG's to you.
May the force be with you.
Bye.